In Datix, users start on the dashboards page and can navigate to any of the dashboards that they have got access to. They can also navigate to different modules by either clicking the drop down and selecting the appropriate option, or by clicking on the name of the module, where you will then see the number of records that you have got access to on the right hand side, which will allow you to find the appropriate records that you are looking for. In InPhase, the system is split into apps. Each of these apps is a selection of reports and forms related to the process. If I open up one of these as an example, this is the incident app as it currently looks, where we can navigate to one of the several reports in the system in order to find the records that we are looking for. This is a date field in Datix. You can add a date by typing day, month, year. Otherwise, you can click the calendar icon on the right hand side and select from a calendar. This is a time field in Datix. You can use it by typing in the time. This is what a date field looks like in InPhase. This one has defaulted to the current date, but if I clear it, similarly, you can type in the day, but it will automatically put in the slashes for you. You can also use a date picker like with Datix. This is a time field in InPhase. You can use it by typing in the time, it automatically puts in the colon, or you can use a time picker where you can select from two scrolling menus. InPhase also has a combined date and time field option, which again can be typed in, or you can use a combined date and time picker, where you'll see there's a calendar here and two scrolling menus. This is a drop-down field in Datix. You can click the drop-down arrow and the list will come up. You can also type and it will reduce the list down. This is what a multi-select field looks like in Datix. You press the drop-down arrow like with a single select field. You click on any of the appropriate options and you have to double-click the last option you put in. You can select them in the field and press the red X to remove them. In InPhase, this is what coded fields look like. So there are only a couple of options and they'll fit. They'll be in one horizontal line as a selection of buttons that you can click. If there are more options, they will be converted into a drop-down field where you click the arrow and you can select the most appropriate option. Multi-select fields in InPhase look the same, except anytime you click an option, it will add the option below and you can reopen the list, select something else, and you can remove them by clicking the little red X next to them. In Datix, documents can be added by clicking the Attach a New Document link on any documents page, where it will display an attachment details form where you have to click Choose and find the appropriate document from a library. You also have to give it a name and give it a link as option there in order to save. In InPhase, document sections might look like this. There are 3 buttons that relate to document types. The first is web links, which will allow you to type in a web address and to give it a name. The second is documents, where you can select your document or documents from a library. And the third is photos, where you can select an image from a library. You can also easily add documents by dragging and dropping them into the blue square as shown. In Datix, workflows are navigated by using a drop-down field within the form. In the instance form, you move through the workflow by amending the approval status field. You press the drop-down field and you select the appropriate option. before clicking Save. In InPhase, it's a little bit different. You navigate workflows by clicking the appropriate button at the bottom of the form. In this example, from the stage that we are currently in, we can request additional information, we can complete the review, or we can reject the record. Hitting Save will save the current record without moving it out of the current workflow stage. I hope this brief run through of the differences between Datix and InPhase has been useful and informative. If you would like to practice using any of the form elements that I've been demonstrating, here is a QR code that will take you to the form that I've been demonstrating with.